The story of a film is not told in words, but in visuals. Show, don't tell. We are given sensory cues to know how we should feel and what we are experiencing. The simple use of color can foreshadow events, differentiate one character from another, and even be used to separate worlds. The mere existence of color can itself be part of the narrative. In the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy's monochrome life in Kansas is turned upside down as she arrives in the land of Oz. Instantly, color is everywhere, contrasting the emotional coldness of Kansas, the longing for something greater and more spectacular for herself, to the brightness of Oz. It lets the audience know that she has entered a brand new world.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Film is a visual medium, and the use of black and white contrasting color can explain the narrative to the audience better and more quickly than exposition. In fact, in a complex film like Memento, it becomes necessary. In this film, black and white scenes are interspersed with color scenes. The black and white scenes are in chronological order, and the color scenes are in reverse chronological order. Memento has a non-linear narrative, and the use of showing two different visual styles quickly informs the audience of this, without a narrator popping up, taking us out of the film and saying, these scenes go forward and these other scenes go backwards. American History X uses black and white to show the protagonist's, well, black and white view of the world. It's a racially charged film. Scenes that take place in the past, during his troubled, Nazi-influenced youth, are in black and white. Scenes in the present, following all of this and after his enlightenment, are in color. It's not subtle, but it doesn't have to be in order to be effective. In fact, in complex stories with various strands or different worlds, use of color can quickly bring someone in the audience in line with the world they are in, or what part of the story they're witnessing. Steven Soderbergh's Traffic uses color to differentiate separate strands in the story. The filters give the scene a certain feel to it, but they also let the audience know what part of the multifaceted story they're watching, and what they should be feeling and expecting. Scenes involving Michael Douglas as Robert Wakefield are tinted in blue. Scenes in Mexico with Benicio del Toro as Javier Rodriguez are tinted in yellow. In the science fiction film The Matrix, all scenes taking place within the computerized reality are tinted in green, whereas everything taking place in the real world is tinted in blue. In the beginning of the film, Neo receives a message on his computer with green text. Actually, his computer shows everything in green for some reason. This is a clue to the audience that the rest of Neo's reality, which is also in green, is part of a computer program.
Whoa.
When Neo and company are in the real world, everything is ever so slightly blue, perhaps to remind us of the mostly blue Earth. We are definitely in the real world now because everything is blue, not green. Blue sky, blue ocean, Earth. Green, The Matrix. It's part clue and part reminder to the audience about where everything is at any given time without having to say it. In Pan's Labyrinth, the most significant colors of Ophelia's real world are dark green, gray, and blue. In other words, cold colors. In her fantasy world, the colors are gold and red. Colors can display more than just separate worlds or stories, though. They can also be used for symbolism. In film, symbols are objects and colors used to represent ideas and concepts. We can understand them through universal associations and cultural associations. For example, the color black has a universal association of darkness, evil, and death. It's why Darth Vader is clad in black. Red, like his lightsaber, could be said to have both a universal and cultural association. Universal in that we always associate red with blood, but there is a cultural association with danger. Stop signs, alarms, alerts. We use this color to give warnings for one reason or another. Green and blue have more positive feelings behind them. They are the colors of our planet, the colors of life. Hence, blue and green lightsabers are used by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker, respectively. The dark side and light side of the Force are not only represented with black and white, but with brighter, more lively colors via the lightsaber battles. Characters in old westerns often had color associations as well. Good guy characters wore white hats, and the bad guy characters wore black hats. Movie characters have been color-coded for our convenience for a long time. If that's not enough, take superheroes as another example. Superman's predominant color is blue. He wears bright, shiny colors, and we associate heroism with that. In the 1978 Superman film, the last son of Krypton's colors scream into our senses. Lex Luthor's colors are black and yellow. Black almost always means darkness and deviousness. Yellow can be calming, but put within a black suit, it gives us another emotion associated with the color, cowardice. Luthor is color-coded to be a villain. It does not end there. In Superman 2, all three villains wear nothing but black, everywhere. Black clothes, black shoes, they also have black hair and black facial hair. We recognize them instantly as villains. Black can be used for a protagonist, like Batman, but only to symbolize his inner demons, not villainy. We know Batman is a brooding character because of this more than anything. Some might say that his bat outfit is more menacing than the color, but if Batman wore all pink, it would not matter if he were dressed up as a bat or a giraffe. We would find this comical, and we would not be able to instantly explain why without some uncomfortable mumbling about pink being effeminate for some reason. Some filmmakers make these choices subconsciously. Some colors have universal feelings behind them, and because of this, filmmakers could theoretically make production choices without even giving this greater thought. However, some directors are actually known for their consistent attention to color symbolism in their films. Stanley Kubrick was very well known for his use of color and his visuals in general. In 2001: A Space Odyssey, the spaceship is white, sterile, clean, unassuming, and safe. HAL 9000 is red, danger, blood, alarm. We, the audience, should detect right away that this contrast is a hint to what is going to happen between the crew members of the ship and HAL. Kubrick also used lots of red in The Shining. It builds the anxiety, the sense of danger. Blue equals loneliness. The white of the snow could be triumph. M. Night Shyamalan is widely known for twist endings and a slow decline in quality over the years, but he should also be known for his use of color. He uses red in The Sixth Sense to give a sense of dread. In Unbreakable, Bruce Willis's character wears a lot of green, like many superheroes. Green Arrow, Green Lantern, the Hulk, Martian Manhunter, Beast Boy, whereas Samuel L. Jackson's character wears purple, like the Joker, Lex Luthor, and Magneto. It's meant to show a stark difference between them, and hint towards their true natures before the twists and turns of the plot. In The Village, the main colors used are red and yellow, representing safety and danger. Colors can be used as symbolism, as a way of separating worlds and characters, and as a means in which to transport us to a different time period. Oz the Great and Powerful gave us an opening in black and white. O Brother, Where Art Thou used color to bring us back to the days of the Great Depression. The greens were actually desaturated digitally to give the audience a feeling of old photographs. This was done to the water as well. When it was shot, the water was blue. The water looking brown is actually a digital effect done afterwards. In film, red has great significance. Red is the color of blood, and also has associations with sexuality. In either case, red could mean trouble. In Schindler's List, a little blonde girl in a red coat is the only color in the entire film. Steven Spielberg wanted to use red partly because Oskar Schindler recalled seeing such a girl, but also because of its associations with blood and death. A new practice in digital filmmaking includes frequent use of orange and blue. Part of this is due to skin color. Flesh tones exist mostly in the orange range, and when you look at the opposite end of the color wheel to that, it lands on blue. Digitally tinting everyone to look more orange, and then using blue backgrounds allegedly makes them pop into view, and makes them feel more prominent on the screen. Tons of movies do this now, and not just with skin tones anymore. We could go on and on with examples, but let's move on to the science of all this. There is actually a psychology to choosing proper colors. Different colors have actually been proven to have noticeable effects on human behavior. Pinks, soft yellows, and soft greens are thought to be calming. These are often used in facilities like mental institutions and prisons in hopes of easing tensions. The color red strikes at our impulses. That's why it's so frequently used in advertising, particularly fast food. Also, interior designers choose colors carefully to affect the mood of those who live there. In conclusion, colors are not simply chosen for striking visuals, but also through careful, powerful manipulation of our feelings as we see a film.